everyone, welcome back to my channel Gems of Knowledge. So I hope you all are doing well, and I am here with an interesting video on the MCQ questions of periodic classification of elements. Okay, so this is the chapter 5 of NCERT textbook of class 10th. So before starting my video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell button to get the notification to the earliest. Okay, so let's start with the video. So the first one here is, up to which element the law of octaves was found to be applicable. Okay, so the first question is, so the law of octaves. I hope you all have heard about the Newland's law of octave, isn't it? So what was the law of octave? So the Newland, what he did is, he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses. Okay, first he arranged the elements into the increasing order of their masses, and then he stated that the property of eighth element, okay, the property of every eighth element was similar to that of the first element. Okay, was nothing but the property of eighth element was nothing but the similar to the first element after arranging it into the increasing order of their atomic masses. Okay, it was similar to the note of the music. You might have heard sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa, right? So sa and sa, the first element is sa and the last eighth element is sa. It means the same element is repeated. Okay, so that was the explanation of Newland's law of octave. So now we have to tell up to which element this law was found to be applicable. So we all know that Newland's law of octave was failed. So what was the demerit of that Newland law of octave was? It is just because he failed to apply it after the element of calcium. So the calcium is having the atomic number 20. So after the atomic number 20, he completely failed to apply this. So what was the answer here? Up to which element is what it was applicable? Okay, so we can say up to calcium it was applicable, and after calcium it got failed. Okay, next question you can see here. According to Mendeleev's periodic law, the elements were arranged in the periodic table in the order of. So we should tell here the statement of Mendeleev's periodic table. So the statement of Mendeleev's periodic table is, the elements were arranged in the periodic table in the order of increasing atomic masses. Okay, so he has arranged, Mendeleev has arranged the elements in his periodic table in the increasing atomic, in the order of increasing the atomic masses of the element. So the correct answer is C1, that is increasing atomic masses. Okay, next, coming to the third question, in Mendeleev's periodic table, gaps were left for the elements to be discovered later. Okay, so in his periodic table there were lots of gaps left for the elements to be discovered. Okay, so which of the following elements were found in a place in the periodic table later? So what question is given here? So when the Mendeleev has done his periodic table, he has left some blank spaces into that periodic table. So whether there are elements, which of the following elements has occupied that left gap? Okay, so here the answer is nothing but germanium. So germanium was the element which was later placed into his periodic table. Okay. Next, okay, so you can see the fourth question here. What is given? What type of oxide would eka aluminium form? Okay, so what is this eka aluminium? So you should know that eka is nothing but one. It is known as one in Sanskrit language. Okay, so what this Mendeleev has done, he has named this eka 1 to each of these elements. Okay, so it means one aluminium. So what is the question here? What type of oxide would one aluminium form? So basically aluminium oxide, we will write Al2O3, right? So instead of E, we have to substitute Al and check it. So you can see Al2O3. So which one will be the correct answer? The C1 will be the correct answer. That is Al2O3. Instead of E, we can write Al as eka aluminium. Okay. Next question. Which of the following statements about the modern periodic table is correct? Okay, so I hope you can see a picture is popping onto the screen. You can see the periodic table there. So you can see it is having 18 vertical columns. Okay, you can see these are the vertical columns here, which are known as groups. Okay, there are 18 columns, 18 groups and 7 periods. Okay, vertical columns are nothing but this type of columns and horizontal are nothing but sleeping lines. Okay, vertical means standing lines, whereas horizontal means sleeping lines. Okay, so actually it contains 18 vertical columns which are known as groups. So the correct answer is C1, that is 18 vertical columns known as groups. Next, where would you locate the element with electronic configuration 2, 8 in the modern periodic table? So here they are asking, we are having one element which contains 2, 8. Okay, so they are asking us if the electronic configuration of the element is 2, 8, then where can we locate it? So these are nothing but the completely, you can see this is completely filled element. It contains 8 in its valence shell, outer shell. So it means this is completely filled shell. If it is a completely filled element, then it is nothing but it contains, directly we can write it is the element of group 18. Because you should know in 18th group element, all the elements will have the complete valence electrons. Okay? Okay, now moving to the 7th question here, you can see the question, an element which is an essential constituent of all organic compounds belongs to. So we have to answer in which among the following group all organic compounds belongs. Okay, so the correct answer is group 14. It is just because, okay, you can see the periodic table here. Okay, it is just because you can see this is group 14 and it starts with the compound carbon. And you all should know that carbon is the essential element for the organic compound. So as this carbon is very essential for all the essential elements for all the organic compounds, so we can say that it belongs to the group 14. Okay. Moving to the next question now, which of the following is the outer shell for element of period 2? So you can see here, this is nothing but the period 2. Okay, this is second period like this. And it is having, all you can see, it is having Li is 3, here beryllium is 4, here boron is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So what does it means? It can complete all the electronic configuration within the two given shells, that is K shell as well as L shell. Okay, so what was our question? You can see here, which of the following is the outermost shell for elements of period 2? So outermost shell, obviously it is nothing but L shell. Okay, so you can see here the last number is 10. So we can write 2, 10. Okay, for electronic configuration of neon is nothing but 2, 8. Okay, so we can say the electronic configuration and the last shell here, valence shell here will be L. Okay, then moving to the 9th question, you can see which of the following gives the correct increasing order of the atomic radii of O, F, and N. Okay, so we have to write which among this following will give us the increasing order of their atomic radii. Okay, so one thing we should know here, if the size of the atom increases, then the atomic radii decreases. Okay, you can see here, size when it increases, atomic radii decreases, it will automatically decrease. Okay, so you can see 3 elements are given here. One is oxygen, this is fluorine and this is nitrogen. So what is the atomic number here? First, for nitrogen the atomic number is 7, then for oxygen atomic number is 8, and for fluorine atomic number is 9. So as I told you, as the size of the atom increase, as the size of this atom is increasing here, then okay, as it is increasing here, atomic radii will decrease. So what we need here is increasing order of the atomic radii. Atomic radii must increase. It means we should write this in the decreasing order, opposite. Okay, so what we know actually is if the size increases, atomic radii decreases. But the question is asked in the reverse manner. If the atomic radii increases, the size has to be decreased. Means size must go from F, O and N. It should decrease. So the correct answer here is this D1. Okay, as you can see here, F, O and N. This is in the decreasing order. If the size is decreasing, then the atomic radii will increase automatically. Okay, then you can see the next question. Which among the following elements has the largest atomic radii? We should tell which of these following elements has the largest atomic radii. Okay, so here before knowing this answer, we should know few things here. So just have a glance here. Okay, you can see this is the periodic table here. We should know one thing here. We should know that when it is going from top to bottom, atomic radii is increasing, and when it is going like this from left to right, it will decrease. Okay, so what are the options given? That is Na, Mg, K and Ca. Okay, so these are the things here. Na, Mg, K and Ca. 4 things have been given. We know that when the atomic radii is moving like this from top to bottom, it is increasing, and when it is moving from left to right, it is decreasing. So it means when it is moving from top to bottom, it means this K is having most highest atomic radii. Okay, then this one, and as we move like this, it decreases. Means first potassium will be having highest, then it is having calcium, then we will get magnesium and sodium. So the correct answer here is potassium. So let us search for the potassium answer here. It is nothing but C in C. So this is the correct option. Okay, so potassium will be having the largest atomic radii. Okay, next question you can see, which of the following elements would lose an electron easily? Okay, now among these elements you have to tell which among these elements will lose the electron easily. So let us first write what is the electronic configuration of all these elements, so that we can easily identify which element can lose its electron very easily. So magnesium, what is the atomic number of magnesium? It is nothing but 12. Okay, so we will get 2, 8, 2. So in the valence shell it is having 2 electrons, whereas sodium is having 11 and this is having 19, potassium, and calcium is having the atomic number to be 20. Okay, so let us write the atomic number here. It is having 2, 8, 1. Here it is having 2, 8, again 8, 1, because 2 plus 8 is nothing but 10. 10 plus 8 is 18, plus 1 it is 19. Next, this is also 2, 8, 8, 2. This is 20. Okay, so you can see in the outermost shell this contains 2, it contains 1, 1 and it contains 2. So the element which contains less number of less number of electron, that is 1 and 1, it can lose the electron very easily. Now here, according to the question, they have asked us to answer only one answer. So we cannot tell that Na and K, sodium and potassium, both loses its electron easily. No, we have to choose either of this. Okay, so what we can tell is, so as we all know, this potassium is having the bigger size than sodium, so it will lose electron very easily. So the correct answer here is this potassium. Okay, because of its higher size, bigger in size, it will lose electron very easily. Okay, next, arrange the following elements in the order of their decreasing metallic character. So we have to order these elements in the decreasing metallic character. Okay, so Na, sodium, silicon, chlorine, magnesium and aluminium. So we have to arrange them into decreasing metallic characters. Okay, so according to the metallic character, you can say when we move from left to right in our periodic table, the metallic character decreases. So let us have a glance on the periodic table. Okay, so here you can see what is the question given: Na, Mg, Al, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur and chlorine. So only this were the atoms which were present in the question. So you can see here. Okay, so the first one will be nothing but Na, because it is having very less atomic size. Okay, Na. Then magnesium, that is it is having the atomic number 11, then it is 12, this is 13, this is 14, and this is 17. So the correct answer is like this. Okay, when we move from lesser to higher atomic number, the metallic character will be decreasing. Okay, next you can see the next question here is the following elements in the order of their increasing non-metallic character. So similar question here, just the opposite question. Here they have asked us the decreasing metallic character, and here they are asking us the increasing non-metallic character. Okay, the both are same, because here decreasing metallic character means the metallic character will decrease from left to right in the periodic table. Similarly, if the metallic character is decreasing like this, it means non-metallic character will be increasing like this. Correct? If the metallic character is, if you are moving from left side to right side, metallic character is decreasing. If the metallic character is decreasing, then non-metallic character will exactly be opposite of it. That is, if it is decreasing, non-metallic character will be increasing. So here the same question has been asked. The non-metallic character will increase when it moves from left to right of the periodic table. Okay, so according to this, so you can see here we have given this questions, that is lithium, beryllium. So we have to move like this. Okay, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. Okay, so according to this, you can see here lithium is having the smallest atomic number, then it comes beryllium, then comes carbon, then comes oxygen, and last comes fluorine. So this will be the correct option. Okay, next moving to the 14th question. Which of the following elements will form an acidic oxide has been given. Okay, so acidic oxide is the property of non-metals. You have to remember, non-metals will form the acidic oxide, whereas the metals will form the basic oxide. So you can see an element with atomic number 7. So the element which is having atomic number 7 is nothing but nitrogen. Nitrogen is a non-metal. Whereas all this, you can see the atomic number 3 is lithium, 12 is magnesium, and 19 is nothing but the potassium. So all these three are metals. So what is the thing which will form acidic oxide? It is nothing but the atomic number 7, nitrogen, because it is a non-metal. And non-metal will form the acidic oxides. Okay, so you can see the next question here, question number 15. The element with atomic number 14 is hard. Okay, so it means the atomic number which is hard, it is having the property of metal. Okay, hard, and forms a acidic oxide. So this is the property of non-metal. So you can say this element 14 is having both the property of metals as well as non-metals. Okay, so to which of the following categories does the element belongs? So you should know the element which contains both the properties of metal as well as non-metals is said to be a metalloid. Okay, so the correct answer here is metalloid. Okay, so you can see the next question. Which among the following, which one of the following does not increase while moving down the group in the periodic table? So when we move down the group into the periodic table, which among this following is not increasing? Okay, so atomic radius, no, radius will be increasing, because as we move down the group we will get the bigger atoms. Metallic character will also increase. Number of shells in the element will also increase, because it will have the more greater number and greater atomic numbers. As we get more atomic numbers, so the number of shells will automatically increase. So the correct answer here is valence. Okay, so I'll show you how this is possible. Okay, so you can see here the periodic table. So the question here is, if you move like this down the group, okay, so which is the element which is not increasing? So you can see here everywhere in the valence atom what is present here. Hydrogen, it contains 1 electron in its valence. Lithium, as it is having 3, Okay, its atomic number is 3. So it will have 2, 1. It means in the valence electron, last outermost shell, we are having only 1 electron. Similarly, sodium 11 means 2, 8, 1. Again we are getting 1. So similarly, potassium 2, 8, 8, again 1 we are getting. So this is nothing but the atomic numbers, and the valencies will be always 1. So here also beryllium will get 2, magnesium will get 2, calcium will get 2, so on. It will keep on like this only. Okay, so this is something which will be fixed. It is not going to change. Okay, so you can see the next question here on moving from left to right in a period. Okay, when we are moving from left to right in one period in the periodic table, the size of the atom, they are asking what happens to the size of the atom. So here the answer here is nothing but it decreases. The size of the atom here decreases on moving from left to right along the period. It is just because of the nuclear charge present in the atom. So what this nuclear charge does is it tries to pull the electrons towards itself. Okay, so suppose this is your atom and this will be the nuclear present, and this are all the electrons which are present across the atom. Okay, this is just an example. So what does this nuclear does? It tries to pull all this towards itself. Okay, due to this pulling, what happens? The atomic radius will decrease. So the nuclear charge tries to pull all the electron closer to this nucleus. Okay, so as it tries to pull the electrons closer to the nucleus, it will reduce the size of the atom. Okay, it will reduce the atomic radius size. Okay, so it means the size of the atom will be decreased. Okay, then next one, which of the following set of elements is written in the order of their increasing metallic character? Okay, so here the answer is this A1, that is beryllium, magnesium and calcium. Okay, it is just because as we move down the group, the metallic character, what happens here is increases. Okay, so beryllium, magnesium and calcium comes under a single group, and as we move into this group, what happens is the metallic character will increase. Okay, next one, modern periodic table was given by the scientist. So the Moseley was the scientist name who has given the modern periodic table. His name was nothing but Henry Moseley. Okay, next, atomic size is always measured in the unit picometer. So you should remember atomic size will always be measured in the unit picometer. It is nothing but 10 to the power of minus 12 meter. So radius will atomic size will always be written in 10 to the power of minus 12 meter. So this 10 to the power of minus 12 is said to be pico. Okay, so I hope everything is cleared here. If you are having still any doubts, you can comment me down below. I'll surely help you out. Okay, and if you are new to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and also press on the bell button to get the notification. So I'll be back with another video on this MCQ series. So till then, stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you.